Blueprints for radios and computers, and orchestral score is that for music. So I always liked that, seeing everything and understand how something works.
Actually, my mother suggested that I play the flute when I was 10 because I was trying to do everything my sister did, and I was never as good as she was. So I tried something completely new, and I loved it right away.
Well, this orchestra has a huge... Esta orquesta tiene un gran nombre, you know. Esta orquestra es orquesta de Eduardo Mata. Esta orquestra es orquesta de Sala Nezahualcóyotl. So, esta orquesta this orchestra is one of the best orchestras in Latin America, and los músicos son muy seriosos y trabajan mucho.
Oh, I love it. I've been to a concert here years ago, and I remember thinking, wow, that's a really nice hall. So, and a really great orchestra, so I'm really excited about it.
This hall is a good hall anywhere. Mm-hmm. Not in Mexico.
No.
Anywhere. Alejandra Odgers is a friend of mine. She is Mexican, but she lives in Quebec. Mm-hmm. And she did a piece on the indigenous Indian people in Quebec. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to write a piece of music that was honoring the music of indigenous people, but not insulting them. And so she wrote this piece, Tony Alosan, and I did it once before, and it really was very effective. The audience loved it, and I thought when Jose Julio invited me to conduct the orchestra, he asked, do you have anything that you'd like to do here? And I said, you know, there's a really nice piece of music by Alejandra Odgers that you should really do. And he said, we've never done it. And I said, great, let's do it. So that's why we're doing this piece. It's terrific. The audience will love it.
The flute has a lot of music written for it that sounds like a bird. And this concerto does not sound like a flute concerto, which I really like. It's a chance to be a completely different character. So it's a lot of the preparation was making sure that I could play a duet with the bass trombone, and I mean, most of the piece is duos, trios with the orchestra, so I really enjoyed that. And I like the history of the piece, actually. The composer was meant to write a concerto for each of the wind instruments, and he actually died before he was able to finish all five. He only got to the flute and the clarinet concerto. And he kind of rushed. I think he knew that his time was coming. So there's something special about this piece.
Wow, how lucky that he did two.
Yeah, no, we're very lucky to have this piece in the clarinet.
You know, Brahms once said, if I only had Dvořák's talent, can you imagine what I would be? And I agree. I mean, Dvořák just could write a melody so easily, and he does that in this symphony. There's so many different melodies. If I wrote even one melody like that, I would repeat it over and over, but he can write another one, so he just keeps giving you more and more. This is my favorite Dvořák symphony. It's actually one of my favorite pieces of Dvořák. People don't know it that well, but for me, it goes to a dark place that the Seventh Symphony goes to, but it's not as upsetting as the Seventh Symphony for me. It's very fresh, like Mozart. It's like a combination of Dvořák and Brahms and Mozart. It's fresh. And there's a little bit of Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony in it also. It's an incredible piece of music, and actually a hornist friend of mine told me, you should do this Fifth Symphony of Dvořák. I never heard of it. And I'm so glad that he recommended it. It has a very good horn parts, that's why he recommended it, but it's really great music. I think the audience will love it, and even after the first rehearsal, the orchestra sounds so good playing the symphony. It's really good.